long time ago, it is said, a monster came here.
Prayeration. Kicking someone awake. Man, she really fucking hates this tree. I am not this tree in this scene.
Maui, Nita.
She says a single word, and this dog will then cooperatively herd and hunt this deer with her. I once told a dog to sit and it peed on the floor. The movie glosses over how she's able to keep pace with the goddamn white-tailed deer here, but whatever. One of the reasons this movie is awesome is that almost nothing is here by chance or accident. This trap hints at the French trapper she will bump into later, but this moment also allows us to see her bond with her dog and her top-shelf medicinal talents. Almost everything in this movie is there by intention, and it pays off by the end and rewards multiple viewings. Jordan Peele's Prey. Also, this movie has lots to say about predators and prey. The aliens versus the earth-based animals, the Frenchman versus the bison, the Frenchman versus the caged Comanche, the Comanche versus the eagles or deer, Predator 2 versus the people who saw Predator 2.
You really think you're ready? You want to hunt something that's hunting you.
I can't figure out if he's insulting her or rooting her on. Either way, the sin is brothers. This very good boy dog clearly looks back toward the camera for instructions twice in this walk through the camp.
Your father left you that to cut breadroot with.
Pretty sure all he left was a knife and no intentions, but you do you, overbearing mother character.
You almost got a deer with it.
We can't eat almost.
Holy f***, overbearing mother character would be excellent at CinemaSins, needing a cloaking device in order to be successful at hunting. Look at this overhead awesomeness and tell me drones haven't changed filmmaking. Do it, dare you. The Sid is here for you. Movie utterly cheats right here by using predator noises only to have it be Naru catching up to the man squad.
You could get shot sneaking up like that.
Yeah, especially if you make predator noises somehow.
Who invited you? We won't be gone long enough to need a cook.
Sexist joke is sexist, but also, I don't care how long you're gone. If you have the option to have a cook with you, always f***ing have a cook with you. And of course, don't be sexist. That's important too. The circle of life. I'm sure this is the correct way to run with a bow and arrow if you need to be ready to fire at any moment, but holy shit, that seems dangerous. Imagine falling and having the back end of an arrow give you a tonsillectomy right then and there. That would not be pleasant. Yes, she's good at tracking, but how much of that is because of her amazing dog? They find a guy the lion dragged off and he's alive, so they build a stretcher out of trees. Only they do it in like 1/20th the time it would really take actual humans to do it. They built this stretcher so fast, I'm not sure why they didn't just build a hospital here on site.
So much could kill him.
It won't kill him. Just cool his blood.
This information is crucial for the film, but I'm still shocked this ass face leaves her alone after this. This skinned snake is still alive.
And why was it on its hind legs, and what skins a snake like that?
We need to keep moving.
Ignoring obvious evidence just because the movie needs to be a certain length.
We don't need the torches. I'll scare the cat.
Maybe, but something tells me being able to see is also a very important part of hunting.
We get some bait, and climb up and wait for it.
They actually do this plan, and it's a fine plan, but the plan and the movie completely gloss over getting some bait at 2 a.m. or so in the dead of wild night.
A hunter doesn't wait, he hunts.
Actually, based on all the hunting trips my dad forced me to go on with him, hunting is like 97% waiting. Paka is either a terrible hunter or a liar. The CGI lion looks so, well, CGI. I'm starting to rethink my stance on the CGI effects in the Jungle Book remake. And f*** you, movie, for making me do that. Naru survives this.
Your brother carried you home.
Goddamn overachieving older siblings always add into their goddamn legacies. Stupid kid yells this before there is any visual confirmation that Tabe is approaching. Kid read the script and jumped the gun. So Tabe killed a cougar and he gets made chief? What if someone else kills a mastodon tomorrow? Does he supplant Tabe as chief? What about a warrior who kills 16 coyotes? Or one that nabs 3 sharks? This seems like a problematic system. Premature celebration.
You tried it. You couldn't bring it home.
This is going to be as close as any movie has come to mirroring the exact words my college girlfriend used when breaking up with me. The point here is that the predator is stepping up in the Earth-predator chain. He killed a snake, now he will kill a coyote. But my question is about the rules of predatoring. How many species do you need to kill before you are sure you've killed the alpha species? Because here, this predator is going to face a goddamn bear, but then lose to a human. When there are 25-foot pythons, super huge lions, angry hippos, rhinos, fucking behemoth sharks, and all kinds of other Earth predators, this predator never even sniffed. If he'd killed Naru, would his species have considered this a win? Or would he have to wander the Earth killing everything he found to prove his awesomeness? I don't know how many planets these fuckers have gone to, but using heat vision and cloaking devices and shit against goddamn coyotes and snakes is fucking cheating on a massive scale. I myself could and would walk outside my house right now and kill a snake or a coyote as long as I could guarantee that thing couldn't see me and I could see it. Predators fucking cheat, man. I'm no visual science person, but that is way too much body and way too little hair on this rabbit. Like many furred animals, rabbits are actually super skinny if you shave off their hair, and the internal body heat doesn't travel all the way out to the ends of each piece of fur. Just Google thermal vision rabbit, and you'll see how much liberty this film has taken. This is the second time we've seen the predator kill while its prey was in the process of actively predating its own prey. Maybe let a guy get a meal before you end him, eh? Or try taking down your opponent when they aren't distracted. This one sequence of Wolf vs. Predator is more exciting than the entire runtimes of the 2 Alien vs. Predator movies, so we're sinning the entire franchise for this. Also, the movie takes 31 minutes and 38 seconds to officially prey. Most thankful rabbit ever. She makes a rope for her axe out of thinly shaved tree bark, but movie makes it seem like she did all that in 30 minutes or so, when that would take hours. Why is she roasting all the rabbits right now? Is she so far from home they need to cook and cure and or just make a better shot to have 3 rabbit carcasses strewn over a fire while she eats an already cooked rabbit?
Next time you're cooking.
Movie teases a scene with Sari cooking dinner, but never actually delivers the scene. Also, how are you going to keep him from eating those other 3 roasting rabbits while you were asleep? This asshole has stupid tech advantages, but is still out here bragging about killing a coyote and a snake. We see these vultures circling overhead, and then we pan down on like 100 dead buffalo. So what are the vultures doing circling? They should be feasting. There's like 50 dead buffalo apiece down there. There's so many goddamn dead-skinned buffalo here, the vultures seem to just be wasting time to serve as an omen. If the predator is supposed to be one of the greatest hunters, how have they not figured out a way to not leave such an obvious footprint? Naru, First Blood Part 2. Scene does not contain a cocaine bear. Predator ex machina, which is all the bullshit. Having the predator save Naru from being killed by the bear is about as silly as Jason Voorhees saving Rennie from the rapist. And yeah, you could argue the predator isn't intentionally saving Naru, but intent is only 9/10 of the law, which is actually a lot and completely ruins my point, so I'll just give a sin for Jason Takes Manhattan instead. Happy? But also, this is yet another instance of the predator attacking while its prey was actively predating its own prey. He's a cheater, is what I'm saying. Like in Dark Knight, when Joker waits for Batman to be briefly grappling a couple of henchmen to shoe knife him in the ribs. Now that is a fucking shot, which I should remove a sin for, but it just makes me realize how that lion could have looked way better than it did. The predator sees her in the water, and I guess because the current is strong, he just, I don't know, gives up? The fuck? And the predator just happens to be exactly where they are because the movie's got a movie.
You need a leash for your weapon?
I hope this guy with a poor understanding of physics dies first. These guys refuse to cut Naru loose because they can't conceive of a woman being helpful in this scenario. Roll Predators. This whole fight sequence is so expertly choreographed that it makes you kind of wish Dan Trachtenberg would be given an MCU movie, but then they would still probably marvel it all up, so never mind. I'm not sure if it's more sinful this guy is conveniently hiding here, or that Naru ran in the only path that would take her directly to him. We have him. You sound pretty confident for someone who is trying to shoot an arrow at an invisible creature. I know Naru's tough as but that has to hurt enough to get more than a couple sighs and grunts out of her. Oh, so this motherfucker's got standards. He uses a cloaking device and advanced target-seeking weapons, only attacks animals already in the midst of their own hunt, but he draws the line at killing anything that has a chain on it. I appreciate that the movie does not give me the translation for the French, so that I experience this scene the same way Naru does. I'm taking too many sins off, but this movie is amazing, so f*** it.
You should be helping us. I think this creature is a hunter looking for the strongest beast.
This guy that knows a bunch of languages and now has solid theories about the alien sure is f***ing handy. Okay, even if he somehow has come across the skinned snake and the dead coyote and the dead bear, and there's just no way he stumbled across all that, this theory, that is correct, is being pulled completely out of his multilingual ass.
Are you hurt?
Oh, they try.
I have issues with the dialogue, but none as big as my issue with why they only just now started this conversation. Here they continue not giving us subtitles in English for the French speakers. Well, this time Naru is not here, so it's not about us experiencing it the way she does. It's just making us guess. Why is it so smoky? Clearly these woods recently burned, but why? Is there a reason for it, other than some cinematic coolness? It takes a full damn hour of this movie for the predator to shed his invisibility and fight fair.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If you're going to be lazy, movie, and make a callback to this line from the original, then there's no reason I can't make my own lazy callback.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe it wasn't blood at all. Maybe she saw alien earwax or snot. Maybe it was space gasoline powering some kind of spacesuit gizmo. My point is, jumping straight to blood was silly. Jumping from there straight to we can kill it is borderline certifiable.
See how that works and how little sense it made being inserted here? Movie expects us to believe a predator is not aware of their surroundings enough to not step in a trap that isn't even really hidden, and I do not believe in movie. I mean, yeah, the movie made these French buffoons super asshole-ish in very stereotypical fashion, and that is kind of insulting. But doesn't make watching the predator kick all their French asses any less fun. I mean, I can't remove a sin, because that would be gross, but it doesn't mean I don't want to.
I have a plan. Get down!
Getting down is a terrible plan. Unless, of course, you're doing it tonight, when you can have a little dance and make a little love, but otherwise, terrible plan.
It was worth it to the beaver.
Calming your brother down with a beaver story.
I'm smarter than a beaver.
Smarter, maybe, but ecologically, beavers are incredibly important, as their natural dams create entire ecosystems, allowing all sorts of life forms to... Wait, what was I talking about? This is a cool weapon, but it takes way too long to get going. What if the French guys weren't interested and walked away from it before it could do its thing? Thus begins an astonishing one-shot where the actress and her stunt double swap in and out as the camera pans left and right. And this is every bit as impressive as the swap-out dancing one-shot in Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho, but doesn't get anywhere near the same kind of love. She tells the dog to go find Tabe, and it actually will. But so much territory has been covered in this film so far, it seems mathematically dubious.
You have medicine?
Man thinks there's medicine in 1719 that would cure an amputated foot and ankle.
Take the powder and put it in the gun. Not too little, not too much.
The fact that she is later able to fire this gun using these nebulous instructions is offensive. As Preddy follows the trail of blood here, instead of noticing Naru behind this tree, I'm left to wonder how good a predator's sense of smell could really be. He's already shown he doesn't want to kill trapped prey, so wounded prey would probably be pretty far down his list as well. Yet here he is, following a man missing half his leg, instead of just sniffing out the human that is nearby. So this raises a very important and retroactive question for me. If he couldn't see this guy because the orange flower petals cooled his blood, then how the f*** did he see the snake earlier that attacked the field rat? Snakes are cold-blooded, my dudes! The predator has been able to hit just about anything it wanted to with almost 100% accuracy, but can't seem to hit Tabe or the horse because the movie currently needs him to miss. And yeah, it doesn't have the aiming helmet on and whatnot, but one of those darts should have hit something other than a tree. Okay, yeah, she pulls the trigger here and it doesn't work, and you want to use that as ammunition against my previous sin about the gun instructions being bad, but the next time Naru tries to use this gun, it works perfectly. And the gun instructions in question are still shit and will always be shit, so help me God. Tabe is 100% owning the predator's ass, firing arrows into its flesh, only to pull them out and fire them into its flesh again. And then the alien turns on its cloaking device like a little fucking dick. Yeah, she ran off, but you have thermal vision, dude. It was only 3 seconds that you were distracted. My point is that this predator can absolutely see her running away right now, but the movie acts like it's early on in The Winter Soldier and Bucky just jumped off a low rooftop to the ground, and that's just too much for Cap to have to do to follow him. How are these people going to where the predator is and avoiding getting predatored? And this area can't be that far from where the predator has been hunting. What is taking so long for the predator to make its way here? Seems like as good a time as any to point out that this character is listed in the credits with the name of Big Beard. This movie is at least 6% bloody stumps, and that is 37% too much. Here the predator shows up literally 5 seconds after she's eaten the orange flower petals, and yet she's already invisible to it. That shit works fast. Man, earlier the predator wouldn't kill Naru because she had a chain on her ankle. This guy has no chain but is missing an entire ankle, and somehow the predator is fine killing him. It's almost like the predator has concluded man is its most dangerous adversary, when really it just hasn't met any deep water great white sharks or 20-foot anacondas. Honestly, coming to North America was a huge mistake. She shoots the predator in the back of the head, fine, but then she darts for its mask as though she knew it would fly off after the gunshot. I would give all the sins back if we find out Naru is an early ancestor of Kevin McAllister. So many moments in this movie where the dog saves her ass. The wounded predator hits her twice with his razor-sharp shield, and she ends up with no new wounds after the fact. I'm not sure it's as possible as the movie suggests to intentionally dunk your more advanced opponent into quicksand, but it sure is entertaining. See, instead of Arnie's head popping out of the mud, it's the predator's head, and so many people just juice their shorts. And this movie was perfectly fine on its own without adding these bullshit member berries. So the fire projectiles miss her and rebound off a dozen or so trees before finally hitting the predator in the face, since that's where the red lasers were pointed. But why do all these things need to do so many ricochets? How are the projectiles aware that the ricochets will actually lead them to their eventual target? Why bounce off all the trees instead of just reverting immediately back to the predator where the lasers are? I have more questions about this single moment than I am awarding sins for this entire movie. So this is the gun that the predator gives Danny. I'm too old for this shit. Glover at the end of Predator 2, which is a cool Easter egg, but how does it get from Naru back into Predator hands? Or is that the sequel? I'm told the animated backgrounds during the closing credits add to the story somehow, but I had already gone to the bathroom.
Off with his head!
Uber! Making life-saving inventions out of household material.
Baloo, you can't adopt Mowgli as your son.
Have many rabbit.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Ham.
Ham.
Bur.
Bur.
Gur.
Gah.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
It's not Damburger, hamburger.
I'm not saying Dimburger. I said I would like to buy a Dimburger.
I also slept with Leslie when you were fighting.
You slept with Jeff?
My turn.
There's a snake in my boot.
When the line comes, you tell that thing, this is as far as you go. No more. This is it.
Well, you're a shit motivation.